All right, this will be a bit of an experiment here. I'm going to do a hive inspection, and I know it's been a long time since I posted something about the bees, but this is year 2 and it is September, and I have just finished the 2-week treatment with Formic Pro to control mites. So today we're going to go in, inspect the hives, and remove the spent Formic, check the IPM trays, and overall see how things are going. Here's the setup that I have been using. These are tables I built. I'll put these in another video for you to show you how I built them. I'll put a towel over the top just to keep the bees calm if possible. So here's the top box, number 6 on the hive. Had been full with honey earlier. It's not terribly heavy now, but we're just going to see how much they have in here by way of stores and whether I can get this hive down to 5 boxes or not for the winter. So that I can put a quilt box on top. It's like a mixture here of what we're going to see. So this frame's full. So there's a full frame of capped honey. That looks great. Still nectar here. Working on it. So that's promising. And I'll just spot check one of these other frames. We'll see what we got. What I did over there, I'm going to take another old towel and just drape it over. All right, now to box 5. Got some frames that are unevenly drawn. Yeah, this is the big frame that was really overdrawn right here. I'll show you this one. This is the fat frame. There she is. Look at that. That is so thick. Okay. So this is good. Activity here. I'm not complaining. Alright, let's get down and see box 4. Okay, drape the towel. Tends to stick to the queen excluder with all their propolis, so I don't want to pick up the queen excluder with the box. So just pry it around a little bit more before I pull the box off. Okay. Not terribly heavy. I may be able to consolidate here. That's nice. There's some dark capped honey there. Okay. So we're still working. Alright, so those are the frames above the queen excluder. Now I'm going to use this table with this divided to help me for frames below the queen excluder, just in case I don't want to get the queen to move up here and then I have her above the queen excluder. Alright, so now we're going to take out box 3. This is the first one below the queen excluder, and so the brood has been in here before the Formic Pro treatment. I put the Formic Pro right in here. It was above box 2. And that's what the instructions had said when you're looking at medium, all mediums. And these are all mediums, 8 frames. So what I found in past weeks this summer, this third box, that's the first one below the queen excluder, has been a lot of their honey stores here. And then some brood. And then the football pattern kind of went in here like this over to the side a little bit. And so we'll just we'll see what happens now as we go through, if there's been any changes. Peel off the queen excluder first. I'm going to clean that off later. Get some of this propolis off the edge. Oh, and that's a heavier box. Oh yeah, these are all dried up. I really hope they did their job. All right, let's take a look here at box 3. Just some light puffs of smoke. I'm going to clear them off and take care of this propolis from the queen excluder. Like I said, this one felt much heavier. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, I feels it. I feel it. Okay. It's pretty good. Capped honey, both sides. That's heavy. And there's some more. That looks good too. Now I'm going to be a little more careful just in case the queen's wandering around up here. Probably not. Last time I found her was in box 2 and I marked it. So here you can see there's just some capped brood right there. And some empty cells here. I can't tell if there's eggs. I have to get out the magnifying glass. Some honey here and nectar. Okay. See what's on this side. Okay, so capped honey here and some nectar. This is all shiny nectar, that's a good sign. Capped honey on this side. Okay. So this is mostly stores. All right, let's cover this one up. All right, let's check out box 2. Okay, so here's box 2. These are the beetle blaster traps that I've used with much success, but I fortunately don't have a beetle problem that I'm aware of. Oh, that's sticking right there. Maybe it'll stay. If it doesn't, it's gonna make a mess. I'm not going to tip this frame because there's oil in that beetle trap. That looks like nectar. Nectar. Okay. Okay, we got some capped honey and nectar, and a lot of nectar there. Wow. Okay. Let's see if we have here. This is one of the old frames from when I had the nuke last year. It's a very old frame. I'm really trying to replace these, but I haven't been able to because there's been brood on them. And this one, it's just some nectar and some pollen. So quite honestly, I might be able to sacrifice this pollen and put in a different frame. Let's see. Just looking for some brood here. I was concerned about this hive during the Formic Pro treatment because this hive had the smaller population, and even though I found the queen and they looked healthy and everything, compared to the other hive, we just weren't rocking it as much. Okay, so now I see some cap brood here. I see some cap brood here. And I'm looking for larvae. Not yet. Now a whole bunch took their orientation flights yesterday, so it is possible that there's some space here that still needs to be repurposed, but let's see what they are doing. Ah, there's lots of larvae right there. Excellent. Oh yeah, all sorts of larvae. Good. Cap brood over here. Other side. Lots of larvae. Oh, that's looking good. So, queen's been laying, what, within the last 5 days or so? That's comforting to see. Okay. Lots of cap brood there. I'm not going to tilt this one because I've got the beetle trap on it. That's a good sign. Oh yeah, lots of cap brood there too. That's good to see. Okay. Just lay this one right back. Lots of pollen on this one. You can see the multicolors here. That looks great. And pollen on this one too. Oh, that's good. So they are bringing in some good stuff here. So here's a frame I had frozen. It's drawn from a honey extraction. I'm going to pop that one in here and take out that original nuke frame. So this will give them something to play on. So I'm just going to shake the bees off of this frame. And put them on this and drop them right in. Smoke a little bit to calm things down, because now I've really kind of set things off. Okay, get everything back together here. Okay, time to go cover you up. Alright. Okay, so bottom box here, I'm going to take a look in there, and then I'm going to put the entrance reducer back in. I had to remove that for the Formic treatment. Let's see how things are down here. We'll look at it on the table too. Give me a chance to peek in underneath at the screen bottom board. See how things look down there. slide this puppy back in. Now they are definitely not happy with me. Okay, and I'll move quickly. Okay, so down in the first box, got one more frame here from the newt that I'd really like to swap out. Let's see what we can do. Hey, that's empty. And a little tiny bit of honey, not much there. So I may have to start feeding them. You know, reduce. So there's some pollen. Seeing a lot of pollen there. Kind of not a lot going on. Got some pollen in here. That's it. So I'm going to cue this one up for replacement too. Shake everyone onto that. I really don't even feel like I have enough to run enough nurse bees to run a test, a mite check rather. All right, we'll put box 5 up there. And now we'll put the roof back on top. One other thing I am going to do here is in the back, I'm going to take out the IPM tray and put in a clean one, swap it out. We'll see what we have as far as mite drops, at least from the 2 weeks that we were doing the Formic, because I had it all sealed up. So here we are in the back. I have 2 trays in because you have to make a seal for the Formic vapors, which are heavier than air. So I found that these one tray underneath the screen bottom board is a lot of gaps, and bees would even get up in there. So if I squeeze in 2 trays, it holds it up better. So this was the bottom tray, and then we'll slide out the top one and see what it looks like. Oh wow, okay, that is a lot of mites. I'll take some pictures of that and I'll show you close-ups. So here's the IPM tray I pulled out. The nice thing here, you can see the lines where the spaces are between the frames, so where all the cappings fall. And so this darker region, you can think of this as almost a 2-dimensional shadow that is cast from a 3-dimensional set of frames. So here this is telling me that the brood was concentrated in this area up, say in those first, in the boxes 2 and 3. And so things were probably stunted when the Formic treatment was occurring. But, see a little ant there. When I look in here real close now, all of these little black dots, or brownish dots, are dead mites. So if we go over here, Zoom in a little bit, point to some mite, 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 so on. And in here, you can see lots of them. Oh. That's a good sign as far as the mite drop. It's a good sign as far as seeing a brood pattern. I didn't see the queen today. I saw her before the Formic treatment, so we'll just have to see how things are. I'm going to take a clean tray, spray it with some canola spray. That's what helps the mites stick. And I'll put it on top of here and I'll slide those back underneath. And I'm going to take this tray, 2 trays, and we're going to slide them back in. And as I do that, I'm just going to push down as I go so that I don't scrape off all of the spray. Okay. Now I just have to let things calm down a bit. Everything's back together. And then I think I'm going to have to give it another week or 2 and take a look and see if there's any sign of some more larvae, eggs, cap brood. It was interesting. I came into this today thinking that I'd have to put some frames in here as a donation from here, but I did see some larvae in this one, and I didn't really see any in this one. So it's a bit of a mystery right now, but both hives have very strong populations, and it looks like the Formic Pro treatment did the job, at least as far as the mite drops on the IPM trays just in that 2-week period. Thanks very much for watching. Stay tuned. I'll post some more videos of inspections and various things I'm doing with the hives.